Welcome to another episode of M Political Views. We are your host, Aviance Watts.
And I'm Michelle Tyson.
And I think we're going to switch it up a little bit and let Miss Michelle go first because I think she got some stuff she want to get off her chest. So,
Hi, you guys. Tonight, yes, we're going to switch it up, but I want to get right off into something today, you guys. Um, it is close to election time, and a lot of things from last year are, you can kind of see who had motives and why, because now all of a sudden people are announcing who's running for certain elections. So tonight I'm going to give you a little heads up. Um, if I want to first take you guys back a little bit. If you guys kind of remember when Trump, after the election, there was this one young lady, minority young lady, by the name of Christine. I hope I pronounced her name right, because if I don't, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not well with names at all. But her name was Christine Carremo. Um, and she's a Republican from Oak Park, Michigan. And apparently, she was a Trump fan. She was the one that said, "Oh, after Biden won the election and everything, she was the one that said that the election was rigged and that was fraud in the election." And I don't know if you guys saw her on TV. They did a whole press conference and everything with her, and she made this big old speech and everything about how the election was rigged and everything. Now, let me give you a little bit of brief um, scenario what would happen if this young lady um, actually won. And for those that don't know,
yeah, because what election was rigged? How was the election
well, they
rigged?
were talking about the presidential election. She was talking about the presidential election, this last one, this past
Trump
one
and Biden?
with Trump and Biden.
Okay.
So, now if she, first of all, she would be running against Jocelyn Benson, who is right now our Secretary of State. And we've had the pleasure of meeting Miss Benson personally. So yes,
she was one of our discussion panelists.
Yeah, she was one of our discussion panelists, and we know that she is a very, very nice woman who has compassion for the smaller communities and don't mind getting her hands dirty and coming on within the communities to make it happen. We can't say so much about.
So she's running against her.
Yes, she will. Miss Christina will be running against Miss Johnson if she hasn't. Miss Johnson has announced whether or not she's going to run just yet. I certainly, yes, which I hope she does, because you just really know, hey, whatever you need us to do, we're right here. You have our support. It's no problem. But definitely keep your eye out on this young lady.
Now, she was saying the election was rigged between Trump and Biden.
Yes, you know how there's a lot of people saying that, the election was rigged, especially the Trumpsters. So, it went in one ear, it went in one ear and out the other, basically. But as you can see, the results of that, she is now into politics really, really heavy. So, we need to be leery of those people who come up in the background.
And what is the actual position that
Secretary of State?
Okay.
Which means she will have hands-on access to the election and voting.
And when you say minority,
she's Black. Yeah, she's a Black Republican. And that's her choice. Don't get me wrong, nothing against
Republican don't mean a bad person.
Right. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's her choice. That's fine. But it's just me personally, if you a Trump fan, I can't bang with you. I'm just gonna say that. I can't bang with you. I'm not gonna bang with you. If you're a Trumpster, I'm sorry. political
feel you.
political wise, I can. I mean, that shows me where your mindset is basically. So we have nothing in common, you know. I mean, other than we're both black females, but other than that, I don't see where we would have anything, you know, really in common because the conversation.
And when is that election coming up?
Hopefully this year,
Okay.
you know.
We know
So
who's supporting her.
oh,
And what was she to Trump? What was she to him?
she was on I want to say, she was in charge. She was a volunteer, actually. That's how a lot of
Volunteer.
people get started. Yes. They
Okay.
volunteered she was a election poll watcher. She
Mm-hmm.
was watching the polls for election, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how she got in. And that's how people actually get into politics. You know, they start from the ground and then they come up. You know, you gotta walk that walk before you can talk that
Yeah,
talk. You can't just
yeah,
jump into politics and think
yeah,
everything happens like
yeah,
that because it
yeah,
don't. You really, really gotta understand
yeah.
politics and you really, really gotta know what you're doing. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
don't, they will eat you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is a dirty game. It ain't nothing nice. It's like playing chess. You
Mm-hmm.
got to make strategic moves in order to make some stuff happen. So if you don't know about politics, you really, really need to study about it and really need to learn because it's not just, hey, my name is so and so and I want to run for this.
Mm-hmm.
That's not politics.
Yeah.
Politics is studying your opponent, knowing what your community
And how they
needs,
move and
and
what
yes,
moves need to be made.
yes, you got to
Yeah.
know the no's, the how's, the what's, the when's, the where's, and what's needed. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a
Yeah.
lot into politics. So I encourage anybody to trying to get into politics.
Mm-hmm.
Please study,
Mm-hmm.
study.
Mm-hmm.
Learn about the position that you are trying to go for.
Or
I can,
voting for.
yes, or
Yeah.
or voting for,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very imperative that we start being mindful, especially us as minorities.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start being not more mindful of politics of what goes on. We try to give you broken down version of it, you know, so everybody can kind of understand it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, you see now we came out with that oil the gas shortage
Yeah.
before it started pumping on the news
Yeah.
and
Did you know
everything.
about in Georgia they ran out of gas?
Yes, you know, and we,
They ran out of
we
gas.
trying
I'm
to give
like,
y'all heads up, you know,
man, and
ahead
that
of
was what
time.
we talked about that what a week ago, a couple weeks
Yes, a
ago,
couple
week and a
weeks
half
ago.
ago.
You know, we try
Yeah.
to give you a heads up on certain things, you know, so to let y'all aware, you know, because hey, knowledge is power. I'm trying to tell y'all, knowledge is power, y'all. Y'all gotta
Yeah,
start listening, you know,
yeah,
just
and we really encourage y'all to think for yourself.
yes,
I
definitely.
mean, yeah, it is good to get information from outside sources and stuff like that. That's fine, but at the same time, it is always good to use common sense.
Yeah. And
With a lot of
research it
stuff
for
and research
yourself.
it for
You
yourself.
know, they
People can tell you what they want to tell you, but at the end of the day, you got to use common sense.
right.
Period. There's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like for example, like I've been looking at these numbers with the latest cases. Um, okay, yeah, people have been getting vaccinated, and kudos to those who have. Um, but okay, like as of today is Thursday, May 13th, right? Um, it has been reported 2,057 new cases and 122 deaths in the state of Michigan. Now, I was looking at numbers, y'all, and I was, I'm just doing the math. Okay, like I'm gonna do the math like right in front of y'all. 122 divided by 2,057. Those were the cases. That's 0.05 people who died from it. Now, I'm not saying treat it loosely, but at the same time, this leaves me, what I'm saying, because over the last year, we've had in total from when the pandemic first started, we had over eight, 80, 800, 800,000, 870, 800,700 and plus cases, and we had 18,000 deaths, which still averages out to about 0.03%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that still kind of leads me to my next point, because the CDC, which is the Center of Disease Control, they have, as of today, they have issued a statement, basically recommending people who have been fully vaccinated, they can go into certain establishments without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now the the places that they can go without a mask is like schools and offices. Now when they go into crowded areas like hospitals, buses, um, homeless shelters, airplanes, I mean, stuff like that, then they do have to wear a mask. And at the same time, it is, I encourage everybody to keep the mask and all that good stuff. But when you look at the numbers, I'm starting to see why a lot of establishments are ready to just open up, because they starting to do the math just like I did right here in front of you guys. Again, 807, 800,000, 800,700 and 10, whatever, as opposed to 18 deaths. That's like 0.03%. You can do the math, yourself.
Yep.
um,
No.
and that's why I think a lot of establishments are getting to the point that they just want to open up, even schools, because a lot of schools right now, they getting to the point, that's why they, as opposed, okay, let's just say, for example, a student in class test positive for COVID. Um, and I'm not saying treat it like this. I'm just saying this is why a lot of establishments are ready to just open up. Um, if one student tests positive, at first, the whole classroom, including staff, should would be recommended to quarantine, because they've been exposed. Even if they test positive or not, they've been exposed. They should quarantine, and that would affect their learning, because there's no consistency in the school system, basically. So they would recommend, so a lot of schools right now, they starting to lighten up on, you know, um, because a lot of people are getting vaccinated, basically. That's why they starting to, lighten up on,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to wear masks and everything, just like we discussed last episode, where um Governor Whitmer said,
70%.
yeah, exactly,
70%.
70%.
And Biden, that's their number. 70%. If 70% of people in Michigan, and we all get a
They'll
hundred
open it all the
percent,
way back
yeah,
up,
they'll open it all the way back up. No mask, no nothing.
and everything will be
You
basically
back
back to
to
normal.
normal.
uh,
You're fully vaccinated, and it's. I mean, I've been vaccinated, and I'm gonna keep saying this. There's nothing wrong with me. I have. I mean, I'm still normal. Um, I haven't been sick or anything, but my normal, regular, some pre-summer allergies. So, I mean, you guys, we really need to start taking this more serious than what we are, because even though those numbers are low, you got to remember those numbers are for Michigan as a whole. Muskegon County, on the other hand, we've been losing people left and right due to COVID. I mean, true enough, some of our people might have pre existing conditions, but that COVID hit and takes control. Those pre existing conditions are null and void no more, because that COVID is taking over. So we really, 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 really need to be mindful, especially you young folks, on our surroundings. And I see too many people walking around here like COVID don't exist. I mean, I go in the stores, y'all don't got your mask on. And for y'all stores that's sitting up in here, allowing all these people without masks on, y'all wrong for that. Honestly, y'all wrong for that because I feel like y'all are jeopardizing the other people's lives who do fear of COVID and catching it because they have lost too many loved ones too due to COVID. I mean, I feel like some of y'all it is going what is it going to have to take somebody in your family for it to hit home? I mean, for me, it's done came too close for me to ignore. I mean, I know too many people that have lost too many people. You guys, please put your mask on, sanitize your hands, go back to buying that bleach and stuff. I mean, because y'all really don't understand. Y'all sitting at home on that unemployment, and I'm trying to tell y'all not paying attention to what's going on around y'all. So please put those masks on, sanitize, clean those houses again, wipe down, especially if y'all got little ones. Y'all really need to do it
Mhm.
because y'all young folks, all y'all thinking about summer hitting. I'm ready to get it in. Y'all been locked up for so long. And I understand, I get that. True enough, I get that. But you gotta be responsible and you gotta think about everybody else around you too. Especially if y'all got older people, seniors in y'all home, in y'all families, and y'all out here doing what y'all do. Some of y'all still walking around here, smoking behind one another, drinking behind one another. Like that's germs, y'all. Come on. It's time out for that. It's time to be responsible. Okay, I'm done with my
Like that,
lecture.
right?
Because I lecture y'all,
Right.
So I'm
And,
just done with my little lecture.
and it's funny because like this announcement that was made today, this came just 2 weeks before when the CDC still made an announcement that those who are fully vaccinated should still wear their mask. So it's almost like where we going with this?
Right, and I think that's the problem most people are having because most people are saying, okay, 1 minute y'all saying this, and the next minute y'all saying that.
Because Michigan we was the highest and all that good stuff, and now I mean,
Everybody's questioning the numbers, actually questioning the statistics and questioning the studies. No one, everybody's like, okay, it's been so many different versions of what, when, how, and why, and how.
and that goes
They
back to
like forget it. You know what? We ain't believing none of this mess.
that goes
And
back to
that's
what we
where
were
we
saying.
stand
Like,
at. Yeah. And
do your own research,
right. And
and
everybody
then
like,
you'll know
hey,
exactly where we coming from. With this.
everybody like, hey, well, why should we get vaccinated? Why is the vaccinations going down and slowing down? Well, this is the reason why. Because the people that are left, those are the people that, they're questionable about it. It's like, hey, too many different versions of this virus has been out and put out. So I think if it gets narrowed down to one version of what's going on, how it's really and truly affecting people, then I believe more people probably will get vaccinated on their own. But until you guys knuckle it down and get one version of it, people, it's gonna be too many speculations about whether or not they're gonna do it or not. Because especially the young folks, they definitely have it in their mind that it's not happening. So I mean, I don't know.
We got any announcements we got to make?
Yes. Well, of course, you guys, don't forget we didn't have NAACP Youth Council last Sunday because, of course, it was Mother's Day weekend. So, but we will be in Sherman Bowling Alley this weekend, this Sunday at 5 p.m., of course. So please come on out and bring your youth. Our youth are ready to start competing against one another now. So this got to be very interesting. So please bring your youth out and participate with us. We're also getting ready to start another part of the youth council. We're gonna start something a little bit different. So come on out and see what we got going on because I guarantee you kids gonna love it. We're gonna have a good time this summer. Also,
June 7th.
Yes, June 7th.
Taking back Muskegon.
I'm gonna let you tell
Struck
that good
again.
news.
We will be starting our summer program in East Park Manor. What's the address of the? Do you know the address of the actual center?
No, I
I
don't.
don't. But we're in the projects, y'all. So those in Muskegon that's in the projects, you know where we are. It's gonna be Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2. We're gonna be, we're gonna be doing everything from sports to chess to ballet to arts to everything, y'all.
Music, you
Music,
name
you
it.
name it, we got it. We're gonna actually the kickoff is June 7th from 12 to 2.
Yes.
We're gonna have refreshments. We're gonna have bounce houses, stuff like that, activities for the kids. So you guys come out then. And yeah, we're gonna get this started. And it's gonna be all summer, y'all. Not the kickoff, but the actual summer program. And that's gonna be from 12 to 2, Monday through Thursday in East Park Manors.
Yep.
Is it the community center?
It's the community center right there in East Park Manor, y'all. Y'all know where it's at for all the residents that's in East Park. Make sure you bring your kids, and also we will have registration sign up forms when we
At
have
the
our
kickoff.
kickoff.
Yeah, come to the kickoff.
Yes,
We had a registration
yep, we're
forms.
gonna have them. So please make sure you guys
Yeah,
come on out. And make sure you grab those forms so you can sign your kids up.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I guarantee you,
We're
this
gonna
year
have some
we're gonna have
fun.
some
We're
fun,
gonna
you
have some
guys.
fun. And then they're gonna
So
learn why having fun.
yes,
We're gonna make it fun.
yes. So everybody that know, this has been a long time coming, and we are truly happy about it. Mr. Watts definitely will be leading the way on this one for me. I will be in and out, but hey, come and check us out this summer in East Park Manor at the community center. Um, if you got kids, ages 7
7
to
to 10.
10. 7 to 10, you guys.
Yeah.
7 to 10-year-olds. That is the age group that we were dedicated to. So don't come saying, Michelle, well, my child is 6 or my child 11. I can't do nothing, y'all. My hands is
It's
tied.
not a daycare,
Yes,
y'all.
and Mr. Watts can't do nothing either, y'all. He not a daycare. So don't come. I don't care who you is. No, I'm sorry. Well, who you are. Let me correct my English. Who you are. No. So
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that, y'all. So bring your kids out and just get those registration forms filled out and signed and brought back to us, and leave the rest up to us.
right,
And
you
that
guys.
that is that concludes another episode of M Political Views. We are your hosts, Aviance Watts.
And I'm Michelle Tyson.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night.
Have a good night, you guys.